Hello and welcome to Alchemist Whim. I'm Alchemist Jen. It's great having you here today. Thanks for joining me. Today's whim of the day is to talk about what I'm going to do next. So I'll probably knit a little bit after I show the other things because I have to keep knitting. It's just, I have to. I'm going to finish this eventually. I made another hole. Yay! So I'll just keep showing progress. Alright, and then next up I'm going to start working on some sculptures that are going to become resin casts. So I want to have a bunch of creatures, random monsters that are made out of resin and glittery. So this is the goal, this is the magic, this is where it starts. So I just got some Sculpey, start there, I'll bake it. I get some mold making silicone and just have some silicone monster making moldy action. So whatever that means, I'm going to do that thing. So I got some Sculpey, I got some tools, went to Michael's today. It's been a while since I've used clay tools, so I'm really excited to jump back in and do that. I think that it's going to be really fun. I haven't really sculpted creatures out of clay, so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be super fun. I really have some ideas already, so I'm just going to run with it. And then I saw that they had a bunch of glitter packs on sale. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love me some glitter. So this one's adorable. I'll just show lots of colors. Hopefully it can be seen. Some little eye-like things in there too. These were just $2 a pack. I could not resist. I'm glad I looked. There's some really fun stuff. This one has little puzzle pieces, stars, and hearts. And neon colors, which is super fun. I know that this will settle in different things, so I'll be looking at how that'll play out as I pour them. I know that the finer glitters end up mixing more into the resin, but this one has stars, hearts, stars with star-shaped holes in them, hearts with heart-shaped holes in them, flowers, yep, and even butterfly shapes. So very fun. And one more. This one has a bunch of flowers and leaves. So very fun. I'll work on playing with my pouring for these two, so maybe I can get some different layers or just go for it and just say I'm just gonna see what happens. So yeah, I'm excited about those. I think they'll be super fun. And the star direction has some other little small, it's an interesting mix. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm gonna be working on that for resin, which is great. I'm excited to move forward with that. It's just exciting to see myself get to these points, these things where I've had these ideas, and then being able to execute them is just brilliant. I really enjoy that, having, you know, many ideas going, so that when I'm like, wait a second, I can do this thing, or, you know, it's not time for that, but you know, I can look into it. You know, there's different avenues for that. So I realized today that that was actually time to move forward on that, to start working on that portion of it. So as I'm looking at stocking shops and then events too, it's just really gives me some momentum. I like little projects, they make me happy, so it keeps me focused on what I'm doing. So if I've got something that I'm working on, I think it makes it easier for me to stay engaged with it. So hence also why, you know, just doing these videos to keep myself engaged and working towards some things. So yay! I'm also contemplating I talked a little bit about, I think, illustrations or affirmations and things. And I was thinking with these creatures, they would lend themselves really well to that too. So I think I'm just going to see what plays out. And then just kind of work towards something that maybe is just uniquely me and fun. So I'm open to options, and you'll eventually see what I do because I'll share it with you anyway. So that's what's up there. Working towards fun things, and then most things I do are, definitely revolve around, playing and not taking things too seriously and allowing for things to just be what they are. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, I think. So today I was able to look at what I need for my show on Saturday. I did a bunch of ironing and realized that, I really didn't need to do a lot more other prep. And so I'm able to relax a little bit more leading into this show this week, which is brilliant. I think that if I can set myself a cadence of, just being ready early for my shows, that way when I'm working, my other job, I don't have to worry about the last minute clamber of trying to get stuff done. So after this weekend, my next show is the beginning of June, so I've got time to produce. And then I have a show immediately after that one. So two different types of show. One is more, I can do, it's more art, so I've got a lot more versatility as far as maybe what my audience is technically. Though I think everybody just wants yarn all the time, which is super fine. That's what draws people in for my stuff a lot more than my other things. But I'm also getting more. People are getting more awareness that I exist too. So I think that people might be looking for me, which is kind of exciting. And then the one after that is a fiber show. So my experience, I've done 2 fiber shows now, and people really still like my tapestries and things too. So I know that my stuff stands out. It's very visible. And so as I'm contemplating, what I think might draw people's attention, I think that it just really depends on the moment. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. I don't know with this particular fiber show what's going to, be the big draws. I just know that people like my colors, so whether they want some tapestries too, which is, very possibility, we'll see what happens. I'm also excited to be working through some of the tapestries so that I can make more room to be able to dye and print some more. I really enjoy them, but then also being able to work on some different designs. So different print blocks is what I'll be using. I'll probably, hold off on doing more jellyfish and aliens for a while. Work on some different prints in the next month. I think I want to do a couple of new tapestries before June. So if people did see me at the Apple Harvest Fest for last fall, that my stuff looks a little bit different at least. I mean, I do have some other new items, but I want the feel to feel at least a little bit more, a little refreshed, maybe some different colors. And I mean, I know that there are people that haven't seen my stuff, but for me, I feel like I just want it, maybe it's just my perspective, wanting it to feel a little different. So I'll probably work on something this month, tapestry wise, that just is a little different. I have some fabrics that are already sewn. They just need hang tags and to have printing on them. So this weekend I'll just take it so that it looks, that it's just just fabric that's ready to be used either on a table runner or as a display piece or something, whatever people want to use it for, it's ready for that too. So I don't think that's a bad thing, but I haven't necessarily sold anything like that, so So it is an option. People have asked for it, but I don't really feel like it's where, I don't think people are really looking for that. So they'd rather have something that has, I think they like the aspect of having the hanging tags on the corners. So just as I'm going, I'm interacting with people and learning what they like. And I have pausing as I'm thinking about this. I have a floor covering that is canvas, and I keep on using on the ground too. Last year I have sold a couple of those, so maybe I'll do some fresh canvas. I think people just are more interested in I think they like the texture of the fabric, and then also I think the colors show up differently on that than just the Kona cotton. So I'll probably get some of that to play with some dyeing, just because different textures are intriguing. I'm interested to see if this weekend, if it's like it's gonna be in the 60s, if people want some scarves. So that will be interesting to see how that goes. If it's just a little on the cooler side, those might get some attention. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So I'm just talking through my thought process here with you. As I'm working through my kind of my show set, but then also like my branding, who I want to show up as, and who my potential customers are. And yeah, it's interesting just to see and learn through this, but then also to have openness to it and not really set expectations. I think that's always healthy. It's hard to dash your expectations if you don't have them. So not specific ones, right? So yeah, so I'm excited for the show this weekend. It's going to be a different venue than I've used before. I will probably see some people that I've interacted with before in a couple different shows. So that's always exciting. And I have a bunch of yarn, so I'm good there. I think we'll see how much yarn I go through this one, and then see how much more I need to get for the shows in June. What I'm excited about as well is getting some more goodies for little button craft. I know I want to do some shirts, so I think I'm going to work on, at the beginning next week, doing some thrift shopping to see what kind of designs I can find, because maybe there's some ones that just need a new home anyway that would dye really well and give me some interesting and unique shapes. If I don't find anything like that, I know that I can source some other shirts that have some different shapes and feels to them too. I like to have a variety of different forms, because I think that people have a variety of different forms, and I don't want to have one feel to, if I'm going to be offering t-shirts in place. So those are my thoughts, and I like as much inclusivity as possible and not limitations. So I'm trying to work through what that looks like as well. So it's exciting. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying treating it and growing it more like a creative business. I think for me, having some boundaries with it is healthy, so I'm trying to learn that through this year, making sure that I get a chance to rest when I need to, having a little bit more definition of my time that I'm working, I think is something that I struggle with. So a lot of days I'm working my other job and then coming home and having dinner and then filming, for instance. So like that sets up that openness a little bit. So I'm trying to work through what the balance looks like. So that's it for my rambles for the day. I talked a bit about knitting and talked about clay. So we'll see where the whim takes us tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a really good day. Bye.